Welcome to GermanShepherdMan.com, German Shepherd Man YouTube videos, our channel. Thank you so much for all of you being a part of this, the global German Shepherd dog family. This has been fantastic. This is late May when we're shooting this, and this particular video is going to be about the most effective and efficient way to potty train or housebreak your German Shepherd puppy. I learned this technique from a breeder in Miami, Florida, Jose Diaz, and let me tell you, it is magnificent. We did a little video on this one time, but I want to get into some more detail because I'm still getting a lot of people, the bugs are out, a lot of people asking me more and more questions about this technique. So I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about Jose's housebreaking your puppy technique right here at German Shepherd Man. Now, before we get into that, everybody's welcome to join in our weekly e-letter. We send an e-letter out every week, and we have thousands of people that have signed up, and boy, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of people that get the email, the e-letter, they send me back statements and accolades and questions, and we've just had a lot of fun with that. And if you'd like to be a part of that part of our community, it's real easy. All you have to do is go to GermanShepherdMan.com, and when the little box pops up, you just put in your email address and your information there, and we will never, ever sell your information, share your information. We'll never spam you. That is not how we do it right here at German Shepherd Man. So if you'd like to be a part of that, real easy, GermanShepherdMan.com. Now we're going to talk about housebreaking or crate training, kind of using a crate to housebreak or potty train your German Shepherd puppy. And there's a sequence to this, so kind of follow me. And you may have to back up and look at this over and over. But when you get your German Shepherd puppy, let me tell you, there's a couple of things going to happen that don't always happen, but normally happen. Number one, your puppy will be coming from their environment where they were born with their mama, their siblings, and their puppy girl and German Shepherd man, mom and daddy and everything, and they'll be going to your house, and everything's different. And although they're little puppies and they're fun, 8, 9, 10, 12 weeks old, whatever age they are, it's fun, it takes some adjustment time. I've noticed often that little puppies may not even eat much the first couple of days. They even may have a little diarrhea issue for a day or two. You can give them a little bit of Pepto-Bismol if you like, but talk to your vet about that. But they're a little bit nervous. But there's one thing that I would suggest that you do from the very first day you get your German Shepherd puppy. Even though they're a little not wanting to eat, even though they're, trying to adjust, you need to do this if you want to housebreak or potty train your German Shepherd puppy as quickly and as efficiently as possible, okay? Here is the best way that I have ever heard to do that. If you use a crate, this is the one that we use, and we use the one you've seen our other videos about crate training, where we buy the one that has the interior wall that can be moved back as the puppy grows. We use a crate, this particular one exactly. We use a crate, and what we do is we bring the puppy home and let them kind of acclimate to the surroundings. We'll have them in the house, and they'll be playing, they'll be smelling, they'll be doing things, and take them outside and let them kind of just explore and just kind of get used to their new family members and their new smells and their new house, and you play with them once you get them home. But the housebreaking technique basically goes like this. You use a crate, and you use a crate where they have enough room to lay down, but that's about it. Okay, that's why I like the crate, this crate. I don't have the inner wall here in this shot, but it has an inner wall that we talked about that you can move as the puppy grows. But I want the puppy to be able to lay down, and that's it, okay? Now, to properly and efficiently and effectively housebreak your puppy, you put them in the crate and close them up, and they may cry, probably are gonna cry. And you just ignore the crying. I know that sounds, oh, it's a puppy. I just have to let them out when they're crying because they want to be out. They're so sad. No, 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 no. You're thinking like a human. You're thinking emotionally with human emotions. You have to think like a dog. Dogs live in the now, and it's a conditioned response. So what you want to do is you want to have them in this crate as soon as possible. After they acclimate to the surroundings, put them in their crate and leave them there. And even if they cry, just ignore them. Just ignore them. Promise you, I promise you, within a few days, they'll be in there and you'll walk right by the crate going from one part of the house to another part of the house, and they'll just look up at you and just not a peep. If you ignore them, I'm telling you, if you don't ignore them, if they, let me out, and you go, oh, little baby, I'm so sorry, I can't let you out, or, oh, I'm gonna let her out. If you do that, you just reward, you just condition them to the response that they wanted, and you just sold them, you just trained them. All you have to do is whine and cry, and we'll give you attention. That's what they want. We'll let you out of the crate. So guess what? They're going to continue to whine and cry. Now, if you want that, fine. That's okay. I'm just showing you the most efficient, effective way to housebreak. So you put them in the crate and ignore them. Don't worry about their whining and crying. It won't last, trust me. And you just ignore them. Now, a 2-month-old puppy can hold their business, their TT, if you will, for about 2 hours. So you need to have arrangements made so that, especially during the day, you need to let this baby out every 2 hours. They're going to have a schedule, just like a little human baby. When a little human baby's born, those first 2 or 3 days, they have a schedule. They sleep almost all the time. Puppies will sleep almost all the time. But then they'll wake up and they'll want to do a TT immediately when they wake up, and you want to do this. This is the way you do it, I'm telling you. So you put them in there, ignore them, and if you've let them acclimate and let them run and they're kind of tired, when they're tired, they're laying down, they're just kind of like, okay, this is my new house. Okay, I'm tired now. That's when you pick them up, put them in the crate, close it up, and ignore them. They'll eventually go to sleep, and they'll sleep maybe a couple hours. Then when they wake up, they need to TT immediately. Now when we raise some puppies, we use pine shavings, and we put pine shavings in the next door to their whelping area, so they learn to go over into the pine shavings to do their business. So when people buy puppies from us, I let them know, hey, get some pine shavings, just, you know, a small bag for like rabbit cages or whatever, and put it out in your yard. Unless you're building a litter box on your patio or in your home, you can do that with pine shavings, and they'll already know, our puppies already know, ooh, pine shavings. I know what that is. That's where I do my business. So, but if you don't have that situation, you just pick them up. When they wake up, you pick them up. Don't walk them outside, because on the way out, they're going to stop and squat and do a little TT, because they got a TT really bad when they wake up. So you go to their crate, open it up, pick them up, walk outside, or to their litter box area, whatever situation you have set up, and you put their feet down where you want them to eliminate. And when they wake up, they got a TT really bad, and they'll pee, I mean, like almost immediately, usually immediately. Okay, and you tell them, good boy, good girl, call their name, good girl doing a TT, good girl, good boy doing a TT, that's good, because that'll be handy later on in life. And then they TT and they're wanting to play, and you can play with them a little bit outside, you know, if it's not raining or 5 feet deep of snow, whatever, but you play with them. Now, you want to see if they might want to do a poopy while they're out there, right? So you play with them, but the key to knowing when they're going to do a poopy is they'll start smelling the ground or the floor in your house. They'll start smelling. If you notice them go smelling, they're looking for a place to do a poopy. So you just watch them outside. They've done a TT, and you watch them, and they're not smelling. Just go back inside, and that little flirt pole that we use, or some other type of toy, you get a toy and you just play them hard. You can use a towel, whatever. You can use a little small hand towel. You just play, and let them play tug with you and stuff, and just play. And after about 15 minutes, they'll lie down. And then they'll get right back up and they'll want to play, 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 play. And then they'll lie down again and they'll stay lied down for maybe 5, 10, 15 seconds. Then they'll get back up and they'll want to play, play, play. But eventually, if you play good and hard with them, after about 20 minutes, they'll lie down and they'll be done. Their tongue will hang out and they'll be like, and they'll stay down. And you're paying attention to this situation, and they'll just lay there. And they're done. They're tired. That's when you put them back in the crate and ignore them. They'll go to sleep. They'll sleep for a couple, maybe 3 hours, and they'll wake up and they'll have to do it all again. Okay, now let's interject feeding into this process, okay? Now, they're gonna have a schedule, just like a little human baby. They kind of have their own little schedule, and after a day or two with a new human baby, you kind of figure out, okay, they like to get up at 11 a.m., they like to feed, and then they go back to sleep, and then they wake up at 3:30, and then they feed, and they maybe do their business, and then they go back to sleep. You know, they have a schedule. Puppies gonna have a schedule, and after a couple of days, you'll know their schedule, and you can just meld yourself into their schedule. But feeding, let's address that. I feed puppies 3 times a day, and here's what I do. Here's how I incorporate housebreaking and feeding them. In the morning, when they get up, you want to take them outside. And the first night, they may get up. I mean, we had a little puppy in the house last night, little Nano, and she went to sleep at 10 o'clock at night, and she woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, didn't make a peep all night long. 5 o'clock, woo, she was ready to go. So went and got her and did her little TT thing. My puppy girl went and got her, did her little TT thing, and put her in the bed, 5 o'clock. And boy, she was all over me, and she was just biting me. I mean, she bit me on the chin one time. I was like, bruh, man, what are you doing? I mean, it was great. But she was ready to go. And she slept all the way from 10 o'clock at night, 5 o'clock in the morning. Isn't that great? Your puppy may not do that. Your puppy may get you up at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Hey, it happens. You just have to deal with it. First night can be tough. Second night, it'll be better. By the third, fourth, fifth night, usually they'll be sleeping all night like Nano did last night, her first night in our room. But anyway, the feeding part of the process, when they get up in the morning, and you let them out to do their little TT and poopy, and you come back in, play, 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 play. Now it's time for the morning feed. What I do is I feed them in the kennel. I don't use the big wide flat bowls that I feed adult dogs in because it's, you know, little puppies. So I'll just take a little food bowl and I'll put plenty of food in there because they can't eat big, huge mouthfuls at that point anyway. They eat slowly as little puppies. And I will put it in there in the crate and leave it for about 10 minutes in the morning, around the middle of the day, and the evening, okay? Let them eat for about 10 minutes. Then I'll take the food out, leave them in there, and about 15, 20 minutes after I've taken the food out, then I will take them out of the crate, carry them outside or wherever their litter situation is, and I will put their feet down where I want them to eliminate and watch them. Because usually about 20 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes after they eat, they want to do a poopy. And they'll do the smelling around. You go, oh, wow, they're smelling. There we go. They're fixing it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, she's doing a poopy. Good girl, do a poopy. Good, or whatever you want to say. Good girl. Now, I was talking to Nicola the other day. He got a puppy from us, and I was telling him this over the phone, and he was in the house, and the puppy started smelling around while I was explaining this to him on the phone. And he had the phone, he was listening to me, and he noticed the dog started smelling in the house, so he picked the puppy up, went outside, put the puppy down in the yard in the grass, and the puppy pooped, like boom. He said, you won't believe what just happened. While I was listening to you, the puppy started smelling in the house. I picked him up, went outside, and he poopied outside, and that was, I mean, it was perfect. I'm telling you, this works, ladies and gentlemen. After the poopy, what do? Play, play, play until they're tired out. When they're tired out, what do? Back in the crate, Ignore.
Just a quick break. Have you ever considered having a wonderful sideline business in your home raising puppies? How would you like to know all the things to do it right the very first time and not have to learn on your own? Get my breeder course. It'll save you a lot of time and a lot of money. Plus, you'll be able to call me. My phone number's in there 7 days a week with help along the way. GermanShepherdMan.com. Back to the video.
Now, you do this after once they get really comfortable. It takes them 2 to 3 days to get really comfortable with their new people and their new other friends and so forth, the smells and everything. After 2 or 3 days, you'll have their schedule down. I mean, you'll just know their schedule. And within, maybe as quickly as 5 days, I've had people call me that did this. Most people don't do it. Most people have the temptation to, well, I want my puppy to run all through the house because they're puppies and we want them to do that. That's fine. It's just going to take a lot longer for your puppy to be house trained, potty trained. That's okay. If you want to do that, that's fine. But if you want it to be done the quickest, easiest way, this is the best way that I've found, okay? But after I've had people call me, hey, within 5 days of doing this, my puppy, when they were out in the house playing, they would go to the door. I mean, Alexander up in Minnesota, he called me, he said, wow, you wouldn't believe Stella just started going to the door in like 5 days and letting us know. I mean, and I'm like, wow, is she telling us she needs to go outside? Went to the door, opened it, she went outside, did her business. I mean, wow, he was just amazed. He called me up, wow, Stella's already potty trained in just a few days. If you'll do this way, it will happen quickly for you. You don't have to. You can let the puppy just run around the house. It takes 6 months to potty train if you want to. If that's what you want to do, fine, no problem. You're just going to be cleaning. You better get a case and a half a week of paper towels. You're going to be cleaning up a lot, okay? And have some kind of disinfectant spray. Make sure when you clean up that you disinfect that little area if you so desire, if they do have an accident. I've done this with 3 puppies in my house, raised them in my house, in my kitchen, okay? And I have never, in raising 3 puppies, using this technique, I've never had 1 poopy accident, and we've only had 3 TT accidents total. Wow. That just shocked me. I mean, that made a believer out of me, okay? Thank you so much. I wanted to go into detail about this because a lot of people wanted more details, okay? Hope you're okay with that. Hey, thank you so much for subscribing. We have over 30,000 subscribers at this videoing today in late May. Man, awesome. And if you subscribe and you see the bell, you can click the bell, and that will notify you when new German Shepherd Man videos come up, and you can learn some things, and we can learn some things from you when you comment. I love comments. I try to answer all the comments. Send me information. You may have some things that we can learn and share with others so that we can all learn and grow together in the German Shepherd dog family. Again, thank all of you from all of us here at GermanShepherdMan.com.